Hey, this is Terry Hale with another segment of Wisdom for Wealth, and I want to talk about the flow. So, this segment is all about the flow. Now, what am I talking about when I say the flow? What I'm discussing here is from when you're actually engaging on a project, meaning you find a property. That's obviously the first thing. There is a flow that starts happening, and you can refer to it as the dance. That's fine too. What it's all about is what you're going to do right when you engage. Now, the very first thing you're going to do after you find and you pre-screen, then you're going to evaluate before you jump on the phone. So the flow starts like this. You go and you locate a project. You're finding something that has some key identifier that tells you that it's worthy for you to pursue. It's worthy for you to look at, whether it's an indicator of seller financing or an indicator that it's got some vacancy or the seller is in distress, behind on payments, anything like a key identifier, right? Then once you go ahead and identify that the seller has to sell, not just wants to sell, but has to sell, and don't feel bad about asking the seller that very question. Do you have to sell or do you want to sell? If they say, I don't have to sell, you must ask yourself right then and there, why are you on the phone? Okay? So once you identify the project, the very first thing you do when you pick up the phone and you're actually going to speak direct with the seller, all right, is the price. You want to get to the price right away. You want to go ahead and notify them that you're not going to be buying all cash. And if you are going to buy it all cash, then you want to go ahead and throw out a reasonable lowball offer where if they said yes, you know that you could instantly wholesale that project for a quick check. And wholesaling is key. It's part of the flow. So when you're talking about wholesaling, can you wholesale houses? Sure. Can you wholesale apartment buildings and self-storage facilities and all the other product that's out there? Of course you can. And the reason why you can is if its value is here and you lock it in and the purchase price is here that you lock it in for, you have all that spread. And that spread is a wonderful opportunity for you to receive a quick check, and you can do it just as fast as flipping a house. You can flip a commercial project, okay? Wholesaling's been around forever, and you can wholesale these projects for a quick check. I'll talk more about wholesaling later. The flow is once you identify the price, if it's going to be a wholesale project or if they are next going to entertain your terms. So part of the flow after you discuss the price is terms. There's an old saying. The old saying goes, I will pay your price if you give me my terms. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that you're going to overpay for a project. We buy as is, where is, in its current state and its current condition. We buy projects on their as is basis due to the cash flow value. We're not doing a loan to purchase scenario. We always look at loan to value scenario because we're not taking out bank loans to buy projects. We're always just using banks to refinance projects. And using a bank to refinance a project, the bank looks at it on the value summary, and because of this, they loan on the income of the actual project, not your credit worthiness, not how much money you have in the deal, but how much money the project is making. So what a relief. You don't need your own capital and you don't need your own personal credit when you're looking at a loan to value refinance scenario. So the flow, again, after you find your pre-screen and you evaluate, you're on the phone, you talk about the price. The next is the terms. You want to try to get, obviously, the longest term possible. Well, you understand that you can't buy more time, right? Time's not for sale. So because of this, using this analogy of buying time, we always want to borrow more capital that's needed for our projects. That way we have a cash reserve. And then we also want to have more time because there's a great opportunity for you to reposition the project in the early stage and then maybe get a discount later, or be able to have room to go ahead and have room for what they call error because Murphy's your partner. So you don't want to be under a very strict time restraint saying like 12 months or 24 months or even 36 months. You know, the average project that my clients we're pursuing, we're getting anywhere from 60 months, it's 5 years, all the way stretched out to a 10-year deal. One of my clients just closed on a project and it was a 30-year seller finance note with only $50,000 down, and the project's value has over $1 million in future upside. So if that's a deal that you'd like to pursue, if that's a deal that you're thinking to yourself, I'd love to do that, well, then you need to understand the flow. You need to understand terms. You need to get the big picture of, hey, you don't need your own capital and credit. It's more so about identifying an opportunity. There's sellers out there that have to sell in this current timeline. So the sense of urgency is there for you. Get in the game, understand, harness that knowledge. And this is wisdom for wealth. So I want you to get it. I want you to be a part of something huge. This opportunity, we're acquiring deals with seller financing, no personal credit checks. You can do this business too and just get educated. So come and see me at one of my upcoming 3-day events, and you can go to terryhill.com. You can get registered there. If you're on my site right now, just look around, go ahead and click the button and come and see me, and I look forward to it. So this is your segment of Wisdom for Wealth, and I look forward to seeing you real soon. Take care.